Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Always pleased to be joined by Ernie Francis Jr. Of course, who will be driving for HMD Motorsports in Indy NXT this season, with, of course, support from Force Indy. How's it going?
Doing pretty good. Just ready to get back on track. It's been a long off season. Feels like it's lasted forever. So ready to get back behind the wheel.
Okay, so of course, you were in Indy NXT last year, formerly Indy Lights. How was it for your kind of first year back in these things?
It was a exciting year last year. It was a big transition from what I was used to racing, coming from Trans Am and more stock car, sports car background. So to go into open wheel cars was a big adjustment for me. I haven't had much open wheel experience. I had tested Indy NXT car years ago, when the new Dallara chassis had just come out back in 2016, and that was the last time I had driven one. So it took a little while to come back to me, but once I got a few races under my belt, felt pretty comfortable in the car. We just didn't have the resources we needed to get the car where we needed it to be, race in and race out. But looking really forward to this year coming up. I think we have a great program behind us, and I think it could be really successful.
Yeah, there's going to be, I've talked to all of them. You have 8 teammates. What's that going to be like?
Yeah. Yeah. 8 teammates, and we all think that we're going to be, the guy, the one to stand on top of the podium. So it's going to be interesting, working with that many guys. Hopefully our relationships all stay pretty good throughout the season. It's going to be hard to avoid coming together with some teammates when we make up more than half the grid. But I think it's really helpful for all of us. We get to have a ton of data, a ton of video to compare to. And I think it's just going to help us all be faster on the track. Hopefully, we're one of the faster ones and we can make it to the top.
Yeah. So coming into this year, what do you want to accomplish this year? What did you learn last year driving these things?
Yeah, the goals have shifted a little bit since last year. Last year was, about learning, trying to figure out the cars, figure out the series, the racing, and how it all works. Now that I feel that I got that under my belt, coming in for year 2 now, the goals have changed a little bit. I want to be competitive. I want to be fighting for race wins, fighting for podiums, and consistently be in that top 5 if we can. So that's really the goal this year, is to just be a competitive force in the front of the grid and constantly out there fighting for podiums and race wins. From last year, just learned a ton about how to drive these cars with the downforce, the way the aero works. And a lot about the setups of what it takes to make them run right. I think some of that's not going to transfer over, being that we're switching on to Firestones now. It's going to be kind of like a reset for the field. So it's really exciting to see how that's going to change it up. We have our first test coming up here on Monday on the Firestone. So really excited to get out there on track and see how they feel. But yeah, excited to get to St. Pete and take the green flag.
Yeah. So, we talked with I've talked with a few drivers about this with this tire compound. How different do you think it'll be?
Yeah, we don't really know too much yet. From what we've heard, it's going to be a similar compound to what the Indy cars run on. So we think that it's definitely going to be faster. It's going to have more grip. Based off Indy car driver feedback, they all love the Firestone. It's never been a tire to let them down. So I think, I think we'll be happy with it. I think it'll definitely be a nice change for the series. I'll definitely know more after Monday for sure.
Yeah. I know you do a lot of other racing, so just ask this. Have you had conversations with, we going to see you in SRX this year?
I'm pushing for it. We're really trying to get back out there in SRX again. Nothing's confirmed yet. Still trying to work with the team there to see what we can work out for a race or two or whatever we can make happen. But excited to see where this year goes. There's a lot that could happen between the Indy NXT program and SRX if I can do that. And it should be a great year.
Yeah, of course it's those races are now moved to Thursdays. So if they want you, of course you might be available those nights. So you never know.
Yep, yeah, no, definitely makes it easier for me being on Thursdays. Makes it easier to be able to get in and out of compared to what it was on Saturdays. Made it pretty difficult when we had lights races the same weekend, but with the switch up, it should be pretty good. Hopefully we can get out there and run some races with them as well.
Yeah. So I know this is most of the tracks that, that you raced on last year are coming back. Obviously Detroit's going to be a little different this year, of course, moving from the island at Belle Isle down from the island at Belle Isle to downtown. That's a mouthful. But overall, how excited are you to you get back to basically really all the tracks that you're pretty familiar with?
Yeah, I think it's going to be good. Coming from the first year, got to learn a lot racing at all these tracks that I've raced on before in Trans Am and previous series, but not in a car like this. So to be able to come back now there again, we have last year's data, last year's video to be able to compare to, and I just feel like I'm better prepared for what to expect going into these races. There's a few that I'm really excited for. Some of the permanent road courses I've always done better at. Tracks like Road America, Mid Ohio, Laguna Seca, Indy Road Course is a big one. Excited to get to some of those permanent road courses where I feel like I really excel. Based off some preseason testing, we seem to be pretty quick. So hopefully we can translate that over to race weekends.
Yeah, for sure. And what track are you most looking forward to this year?
There's a lot that I'm looking forward to. I think Indy Road Course has to be one of the top ones. We ran our best there last year, running in the top 5 for most of the race before the rain came down. Preseason testing late last year, we were really fast and, excited to get out there with this new program and see how it works out because I think we have the car to fight for a race win now.
Yeah. So this season, what do you want to see out of yourself these first few races? Because I mean, we're gonna hit some races like it'll be St. Pete, then we're gonna go, and then Barber, and then off we go.
Yeah, for me, I just want to put together good races and have consistent finishes in that front end of the grid. If we can be in the top 5 fighting up there, that's the goal right now. I'm working towards it to do whatever we have to do to make that happen. I'm ready to be in the front and fight for race wins and podiums, like I said. So if we can be in that top 5 mix, race in and race out for all these race weekends, then that's the goal.
All right. Well, Ernie Francis Jr., thank you so much for coming on and talking with us, and best of luck in 2023 in Indy NXT.
No, thank you.